Hello and welcome to Jimmy's Three Things. Today, three things I'm looking at leading off innings. If you get a leadoff walk, does that really mean you're going to score? Is that really true? Which teams are good at that? Which teams are bad at that? The contact play where runners on third base are just running as soon as the ball's hit. No matter what, I looked into that because it frustrated me. And then we'll end it with maybe the highest and lowest pitch hit so far this season, keeping tabs on that. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you enjoy these shows and you find yourself watching them, please subscribe to the channel. And a reminder that Jimmy's Three Things is a production of Dan Patrick Productions, Jomboy Media, and Workhouse Media. Sip of my coffee, and then off we go. All right. We had a comment on 2 episodes ago. There's a comment on YouTube from Josh Varnon who said, deep dive idea. What team is the best/worst at scoring if they get a leadoff walk? I feel like people always talk about leadoff walks being killers, but would be curious to see who is actually really making those leadoff walks count and who gets burnt by them the most. Now, this data I don't know how to publicly find. I can finagle my way in and out of a lot. I could not figure it out, so I reached out to our dear friend Katie Sharp, the queen of stats, and she ran a query for me to find this info, and then I got a ton of supplemental info as well. So as of today, April 30th, almost a month into the season since it started on the 28th, let's see what we got. Now, there's a lot of data here, and I'll just, you know what I'll do? I'll just hide all this stuff for now because it's clogging it up and it's a mess to look at. So this is the leaderboard. And to let you know what it is, the New York Mets have the most leadoff walks. So they have the most innings where the first batter walks. 31 times this has happened. 31 innings the leadoff batter has walked for the New York Mets. 14 times they have not scored a run that inning. 17 times they have scored a run that inning. That puts them right around average for percent of leadoff walk scored or leading to an inning where they score. The team that has the highest percentage is the San Diego Padres. They have 27 innings where the leadoff batter got walked, and 19% of the time they've scored a run in that inning. So do not walk the leadoff hitter when you're facing the Padres. 70% of the time they scored. That's pretty high. The Colorado Rockies also. Now, they don't have a lot of leadoff walks. They only have 16. That puts them in the lower tier. But 68% of the time when they do get one, they score because they're like, hey, we should take advantage of this. It was a very nice gift. We don't get this gift a lot. Let's really buckle down. So they do. Yankees are Yankees, Twins, and Atlanta are tied for third in percentage. 60% of the time they get a leadoff walk, they score a run in that inning. So those are the best teams. Now, the worst teams, percentage-wise, are the Houston Astros. And you might say, that makes sense. They're having a really poor season. They're not playing well. Well, they're tied with the Cleveland Guardians, who are having a great season, wins and loss-wise. Both those teams have had 16 innings with the leadoff walk and have only scored 3 of those innings for an 18.8% leadoff walk scored percentage, if that's what we're going to call it. They're the worst in a landslide. They're at 18.8%. The Pittsburgh Pirates are in third with a 27% time. And if you just want to look at raw data, the most runs, the most innings where you got a leadoff walk and they scored is the Padres 19, the Mets 17, the Yankees 15, and then the Brewers and Phillies tied at 13 apiece. I wanted to see if this correlated to anything. So, like, the team that is the best at this percentage-wise is the Padres, but they are not that good at runs per game. They're 14 and 18. They ground into a lot of double plays, so I thought, maybe that's what's going on. But that doesn't really matter because they score. I was trying to find any correlation between all this data that I could. Does it matter? Does it mean anything? Because with the Astros and the Cleveland being at the top of bad, that kind of weirded me out. What did I find? I forget. So the teams that score the most runs per game are the Braves and Baltimore, and they both don't have a lot of leadoff walks, and they because those teams just don't have a lot of walks. Those teams on the season don't walk a lot, but they have a lot of hits. So those two teams average the most runs per game, 5.6 and 5.5. They're both having good years, winning records. And this is the leadoff runner reaches. So reaches, I did leadoff batter has a hit, a walk, a hit by pitch, or reaches on an error. So they just get on base. And the Orioles aren't even good at that. They're like middle of the pack to below average with getting on base. The Braves are above average, but not the best in the league. But the Braves are really good in batting average, on base percentage, slugging, OPS when leading off an inning. But they're not good in any individual category. They have a ton of doubles. They have 4 reach on error, the Braves, and 3 hit by pitches. Maybe that helps them. Or the Orioles have 5 hit by pitches and 3 reach on error. That helps them too in this small sample size. The team that has the leadoff batter of the inning reach the most, so not just walks. The Mets had the most reached via walk. They just have they reach the most is the Dodgers. The Dodgers are the best in a lot of these stats. The Dodgers are, I highlighted red means you're top of the list, or, in just grading scale. So they're not the highest runs per game, but the Dodgers are way up there in runs per game. They're up there in wins. They're up there in left on base, because when everyone goes on base, you get traffic every inning. And then they have 104 innings where the first batter of the inning has reached. They've done that with 73 hits, 26 walks, 3 hit by pitches, and 2 errors. They have an 857 OPS, first batter of the inning. Who's the best there? They are. And then you got Braves, Diamondbacks, Giants, Toronto. There was one outlier. What was it? It was Miami and Marlins had a weird outlier season. If I go, let's see, losses. Miami Marlins have the most losses. The only red Miami has on their column, which means they have the most of these, is grounded into double plays. That didn't really make sense to me because they don't have a high on base percentage. They don't have a high left on base. They don't have a high get on base, but they ground into a lot of double plays. So what a terrible formula. I think that's ground ball hitting machine over there in Miami. If you only hit singles, you're going to get double plays. But that was a big outlier over there. And then I don't know if anyone else wants to look at this data, you can. I can share a link to it. But yeah, I couldn't find much else correlation. The top 5 in leadoff, top 5 in all these categories. I did this and color-coded the team names to see if there was any. Like Atlanta is runs per game and on-base percentage. Basically, on-base percentage matters, right? So on-base percentage is going to help you out. The Dodgers are in the top 5 of wins, runs per game, walks, on-base percentage, and left on base. Left on base is a circumstance of just like total left on base, a circumstance of how good are you. This rabbit hole, so there's that info. This rabbit hole of leading off an inning led me down my own rabbit hole. So this is still topic 1. I wanted to see who's the best leadoff hitter that isn't leading off right now. So I went to Baseball Savant and I searched. I will tell you, there is a caveat here that I don't know how to get around when I search this, because I went to Baseball Savant, this page right here, and this is what I did. I did player type, batter, and then I did runners on base, no runners, and outs, no outs. So the only caveat here is if the leadoff runner hits a home run, the next batter, his results would come up in this search, even though he's not leading off the inning. But I don't know how to circumnavigate that. They don't have like a metric to not do that. So in this search result, that did happen. But I don't know how many times that really matters. And, if you give up a first batter, you give up a solo home run as a pitcher, you're like, all right, wash it away. Inning starts now. So basically, you're the leadoff hitter. This is what I found. Actually, I don't know what I found here yet. I didn't dive through this. I just started the video. But I'm going to find the best leadoff hitter that isn't batting leadoff. So they start a lot of innings, but not the first inning, even though those people are included. Kyle Schwarber has the most plate appearances where he leads off an inning at 16. He's got 16 hits, 9 walks. His on-base percentage is pretty good. Looks like Garcia in Kansas City, he's their leadoff hitter, and he's got the worst on-base percentage. So who's got a great on-base percentage? Minimum plate appearances, I did 20. That isn't batting leadoff. We have a two-way tie between Blake Perkins in Milwaukee and Mike Talkin in Chicago. Those guys both have over 520. They have 524 on base percentage when they lead off in innings, but they're not batting leadoff for their teams. And then Pete Alonso has a 516 on base percentage when leading off innings, and he's done it 31 times. Do the Mets need to go to the Schwarber method? Does Alonso need to be leading off? Probably not, but interesting. Mookie Betts is leading off, and he has the fourth highest on base percentage with 56 plate appearances. He's got a 482. Francisco Lindor, higher on base percentage. So who leads off for the Mets? Nimmo? Mets. 2024 Mets. Batting orders. Nimmo leads off. And then, looks like it's Lindor, then Marte, so now it's Nimmo, Marte, Lindor, Alonso, but then they switched it up recently. Okay. Well, Alonso leads off a lot of innings, I guess, when they go down 1-2-3, since he's in the 4-hole, and then he's not coming up with many on, but he's getting on base. Only 4 hits. Oh, no, 11 hits for Pete. 4 hits for Lindor. All right, let's keep going. Justin Turner, he's got a really good on base percentage. He's not leading off. Who else? Marte. Seager, who's got the most hits when they lead off an inning? Ketel Marte, yeah. Diamondbacks numbers in the first inning of the game are incredible. Mookie, Jose, Quan, Schwarber, Luis Arraez. Stanton is going to be the first one that comes up that isn't leading off for his team that has 12 hits. So I think that's the most hits by to start an inning that's not leading off. And that's, again, the 4-hole hitter. So 1, 2, 3 innings, he's getting decent amount of time up. He's got 33 plate appearances, 12 hits, 364 on base percentage when G leads off. What? Say what? 0 walks. Whoa, that's got to be the best on base percentage with 0 walks. All right, so over 20 plate appearances, filter by condition. Let's go less than 3 walks. Who's got the best on base percentage with less than 3 walks when they lead off? Corey Seager, 444. Will Smith. All right, but Stan had 30 plate appearances. We got to butter knife this a lot. We're going to go greater than 30 plate appearances, less than 3 walks. Well, Tuve, he got 400 on base percentage. He only walked twice leading off. Gunnar Henderson, they don't walk a lot. And then Stanton. Does anyone else even have 0 walks but good numbers? Even if I go back to 20 plate appearances and we go is equal to 0. So 0 walks. Okay. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players who have 20 or more plate appearances at the top of an inning, to start an inning, and have 0 walks. And of those, Will Smith and Trey Turner have the best on base percentages. Then Giancarlo Stanton. Trey Turner, 11 hits. Ooh, what about least strikeouts? Juan Soto. Yeah, only 1 strikeout. He's pretty good. Will Smith, Alex Verdugo, Adley Rutschman, Alex Bregman, though his stats aren't great. All right, so there you go. There's leadoff hitters that aren't leading off. Did we get to a conclusion there? Who's the best? That's not. It's Blake Perkins and Mike Talkman, right? Yeah. Where's Perkins been hitting? He's good. Perkins, he hits. He's moving up to 5th and 6th now. And then if we go to the Cubs, Happer leads off. Chicago Cubs. Talkman. Ooh, he's up to the 2-hole now. So they know what's going on. He's getting on base. Good job, Talkman. All right. Topic number 2. The contact play at home plate. The Yankees been frustrating me, but baseball's frustrating me. As little kids, you grow up, you're on third base, wait to see it go past the infield before you break for home. Or dance off third to get the fielder's attention, to maybe distract him before he throws it to first, and dance off again. If there's runners on second and third, run on contact, and the trail runner on second will sprint to third. So even if they get you out, you still have a runner on third, and blah, 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 blah. They're just running in outs. And after the game, this happened with the Yankees, and Boone addresses this a lot. I might ask him about this on today's Talkin' Yanks. He says it's a 50-50 chance. So what I did a big query. Let me find it. I did a big query on this one, and I got a lot of info. What I did was I searched. My first search, this is what I searched. Runner on third, runner not on first, because we can't have, it has to be not a forced situation where the runner can stay put. Ground ball to the infield when the defense is shifted. So they are infield in or corners in, and you're down by 1 or you're tied. So that seems complicated, but it's basically the tying run or the go-ahead run is on third base. The infield is playing in, corners in or infield in. So the infield is saying, we're coming for you. We're trying to stop the run. That's our goal. And the runner runs home. Okay? Well, actually, that's the second part. And then I had to do another one, runner on third, runner not on second. And then I had to delete duplicates because I didn't know how else to do that. Because you can have a runner on second and third, but you also can have a runner on first and third. You just blah, blah, blah. You guys get what I'm saying. So I did that search, right? And then I got all the info, and it gives you all these results for every team over the last 3 years, 2021. Oh, shit. Isn't that rolling? Whoa. I don't know if that turned on or not. So I did that search. I have the search here, and it gives me, I don't know how many, over 2021 to 2024, 524 instances. But there's a lot where the runner doesn't break for home. So I didn't want to count those. I only wanted to count when the runner runs home. And then I was able to take their descriptions they have here and sort it and control find or put a condition in. If the word says scores, that means the runner from third scored. So I put all of those in green. And then I put out at home because that's the two options. If the runner takes off from third, either he's scoring or he's out. And that's an easy way to sort it. So even if he takes off, the infielder bobbles it, decides he doesn't have a play, he doesn't throw it home, he just throws it to first, well, the runner still scores, so it's still included in the survey. So I got rid of all the rest. So I just had red and green. Now, I believe I have just Yankees here or something. Yeah, I just have I have it sorted, but I can do all teams. Select all. And then I went through it. Which teams have been good at this the last 3 years? Which teams have been bad? And the stats here, and look at my algorithms, right? Look at this. Look at this. Count if this is this and this is this. I'm smart. I know my Google Sheets. I'm so not smart. But anyway, San Francisco Giants, they don't run the contact play that much. This has happened in the last 3 seasons for them, or 2021, 2022, 23, 3 seasons in a month, 4 times. And 4 times they have scored. 0 times have they've been thrown out at the plate trying to score on an infield single to tie or take the lead. 0 times. They don't even risk it. Never been thrown out. Good job. Arizona, really good. They've scored 10 times. They've been thrown out at home once. They got speed. That's pretty good. The Dodgers are awful at this. The Dodgers have been thrown out 10 times when it's the tying run or the go-ahead run. The infield's playing in. A ball is hit to the infield. They just run home. And 10 times they've been thrown out. Only 3 times have they been safe. Oakland is not a good percentage. Not that many. The Yankees try it a lot. So I think the Yankees have, looks like the Rays, and that makes sense. They run like crazy. They have the most, 18 times yes, 11 no. So that's 30 times they've attempted it, where the Yankees are 21. The Baltimore's 21. What is it? Just the fucking AL East? 20. Okay. Well, let me just do this. Equals. Who has the most instances? It's got to be the Rays. That makes sense. And then the Rays have 29. Pittsburgh is 26. Speedy young team. Colorado, nothing to lose. Okay. Anyway, the Yankees have been thrown out 11 times and have been saved 10 times. But I wanted to go look at the footage because I still was like, I think there's caveats here that don't apply to the situation. And I'll show you here. This is all of the Yankees in that result that I downloaded. Red means they got thrown out. Green means they were safe. I deleted 6. Or I deleted 3, my bad. I deleted this one, and you guys can let me know. Do you agree or disagree with deleting these? Because I didn't think they fit the criteria.
Infielder's still looking for instructions.
He shows bunt. He lays it down. Here comes the runner. There's the lead for the Yankees.
So that's not really the contact play. That's a suicide squeeze or a safety squeeze. The runner very much knows what's going on. The batter is trying to place it in a spot that's very difficult for it to happen. So I eliminated that one. Another IKF at bat.
Grounded inside third.
So that one gets past the third baseman. It hit his glove, so Baseball Reference has it as a hit to the infield. But even if the runner held there, he would have scored because it goes to the outfield. So I eliminated that one.
Bag. Nice pick. Now rolling out of the glove of Gallo and a flip.
And that's another situation where he might have been running on contact. I don't think that inhibited Gallo's ability to get that ball. And I think if the runner waited to watch the play, he would have ran home and scored anyway. So I took those 3 out. The results had those as run scores, so it's taking 3 away. So that leaves the Yankees with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times it worked, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times it didn't work, which isn't 50-50, like Boone says. And if you want to watch all of them, here you go. We'll watch all of them happen. It's frustrating. Tied game, bottom 9th.
And that one is chopped to third. They're going to come home. The throw is in time as they get tossed. Right back to Koenig. Coming home is Jones. He's tagged out.
Broken back. Shortstop Taylor will not come home. And in comes Bowers. And a slow roller. Here comes Rizzo. The play is at first base. Rizzo.
Nice pick by Polanco, but the throw is off target. And the Yankees.
Bounding ball to try to score him. Here's the throw. The tag. He's out at home.
Donaldson grounds it to Nicky Lopez, who lost his balance and makes a throw too late.
And a ground ball to short. Stanton is coming home, and they got him.
3-2. On the ground, slowly hit. Third base, Castro coming home. Hand save. We'll see how this pays off. Little trickler here. Casas charging. Got the runner in a rundown coming home. Long was able to find it. Chase the Torres back. Raffy applying the tag.
There's a ground ball to short. They're going to come home, and the throw is in time as they net story. Hit to the corner. Coming home is Abreu. The throw is in time. Tagging out Andujar. Up the middle. They're going to come home with the throw. And they will get Wade.
The 2-1. A chopper slowly to first. Torkelson has one play. He'll tag out Rizzo. Higashi.
Grounded to second. India boots the ball. The game is tied. Judge scores. They get you out at first. And that one's chopped to first. They're going to come home with the throw. And LeMahieu is out. Right back to Cano. He's coming home. And they are going to get IKF. Grounded to third. Ramirez coming home, and he will get IKF for the second out.
So you can see it did induce some errors and bad throws sometimes, but 60% of the time, or actually it was like 65 or something. No, 62% of the time, it was just like a real easy out. So I don't know if you're a manager, like where did the percentages fall that you're like, not worth it, and where are they? And is it personnel based? Because, you know, like Rizzo scored a couple on those, but Stan gets thrown out, dead duck. I mean, even Wade, who had speed one time, was just dead there. So I don't know. I think there's more that I got to look into there, but I don't know if they run the percentages that where they talk about 50% and when the infield's in, and it's like a tied game or a down by one game where that run fucking matters and the infield's coming home. Because a lot of times, if it's you're losing by one, okay, let's just get the out. We believe that we can score 2 runs, especially early in the game. Or you're up by 3. They just let them score and they get the out late in the game. So those muddy up the percentages a ton. Anyway, so that was the second thing I was looking into because it's fresher to me. I actually have like 3 other deep dives that are in progress that I hope I can like come to fruition for you guys because I think they're really interesting, but they take a lot of like trying to get me to be smarter than I am. All right. Third and final quick thing. Let's find the highest and lowest pitch to be hit. We did this a couple of weeks ago. We'll do it again. We're going to go base hit this season. Let's go by batter. And someone told me I got to go player and event on my group and not that. And then change the included stats. And we're going to change the plate. The fuck? My camera keeps turning off of me. We're going to change the included stats to include plate X and plate Z, and then search, and this will search all of the balls put in play for a hit, I guess. I wonder if we did not a hit, just put in play, if that would be interesting. Like, we'll do hits. Home runs, I think, is interesting as well. This is going to take a while to search. As we get deeper into the season, we keep doing this. It's going to take even more. So, am I searching by... No, I search by player name, player and event. Okay. So, let's go plate X, minus 172 on this single that Jake Fraley hit. Let's take a look at that. This is the highest pitch hit this season. No way. Was that the most outside pitch hit? It's got to be the most outside pitch hit. Yeah. That's pretty outside. Okay. And then, so then this would be, or not even outside to a lefty, off the plate to the right. Will Brennan has the pitch on the other side. So the most outside to a righty, inside to a lefty.
First 2.5 games.
No. It's the same thing. No, it's not. I'm so stupid. Wow, he's trying to bunt it. It would have hit him. He gets a single on this? That's crazy. It's going to hit him in the belly. How big did I make this one? Okay. So that's way inside. Yeah, it would have hit him. Now let's find plate Z. Ozzie Albies. I remember this one got posted, I think, right after I did it last time, the lowest ball hit. Ozzie hit this one for a single. No fucking way. SD card speed slow. Recording may stop. Apologize for those watching on YouTube. My video going in and out this entire time.
On fire.
Yes.
It was incredible.
This guy's on fire right.
That ball is so low. He just throws the bat down and blocks it. That's awesome. Okay, and now let's go find the highest ball hit by Nick Fortes against the Yankees. Oh, I remember this.
There he goes. Chopped through the vacated hole.
I mean, it's not a, that is so high and outside. Look where Trevino is setting up. Almost looks like a joke. That's what they do in Little League. Okay, so there you have it. That is the highest. That is the lowest. That is the most on the first base side, and that is the most on the third base side. Thank you very much for tuning in to Jimmy's Three Things today. If you want to tune in next week, we'll be here. Also, send some stuff. Send some suggestions and all that. Like I said, I have some big ones that we're working on, but it takes a while to put them together. But I appreciate everyone trying to send in. And again, tell your friends. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel. Keep this moving. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, Jimmy's Three Things is a production of Dan Patrick Productions, Jomboy Media, and Workhouse Media. See you guys. Enjoy the baseball. Goodbye.